Hello, people. Hello, people. We are live. And as you can see on the board, we'll be looking at standard form. Standard form. Okay, let's wait for people to join so that we can now begin to look at some examples on and how to write numbers in standard form. This is Maths with Gpad. You are highly welcome. If this is your first time of getting across this channel, please do well to like, share this video, and also subscribe to this channel for more videos and updates like this. Okay, so let's wait for people. If you are on the live stream, please just type 1 in the chat. Type M in the chat. Type M in the chat. Good to have all of you here. Just type 1 in the chat. I'm going to try my best to be more consistent. This time it's been actually a series of events that have taken place so far and has not been making me to be consistent, but now everything is good and I'm in a place where I can now be more consistent. So we'll be looking at standard form. Please, if you're on the live stream, like, share this video with your friends and family, and support this live stream by liking, subscribing, sharing the video. Okay, let's just wait a few minutes for people to join us. Okay, I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, type 1 in the chat. Type 1 in the chat if you can hear me. Okay. Good to have all of you here. I know I just came here unannounced, so many people are not aware that I am live. But it's good to know that you are here. Please type 1 in the chat if you're on the live stream. Type 1 in the chat. Type 1 in the chat. Type 1 in the chat. Okay, like I said before, we'll be talking about standard form. What exactly is standard form? Why do we write numbers in standard form? What is the reason? Madukaku, trust. Good to have you here. Welcome. Why do we write numbers in standard form? Why? We write numbers in standard form so that we would just see, it's a way of compressing large numbers. Okay, there are some numbers you want to write, it will be too large to write them in ordinary form, so you convert it to standard form, or what is called scientific form. So it's a way of compressing large numbers, because you might not have enough space to write the large numbers. Even if you do, you might just want to have it written in a compressed form, so you can easily just, okay, for example, if you have this, you already know that this is what, 3 million, because this raised by 6 tells you that you have 6 zeros, and in 1 million you have 6 zeros. So you say this is more compressed than this. 1 2 3 1 2 3. All right, here you might have to start counting the number of zeros for you to be able to tell, okay, this is 3 million. But here, seeing this 6 here, this power 6, quickly you can say, okay, this is what, 3 million. So we write large numbers in standard form as a way of compressing it, right? It's just to help us not to have large numbers written like that. Okay, so that is the reason why we write numbers in standard form. Okay, Madukaku and okay, Christian Heredia, good to have all of you here. Welcome on board. So I have just talked about the reason why we write numbers in standard form, and I want to tell you the way to write ordinary numbers in standard form. There's a way to do this. So let me just write this down. Everybody, please write this. A times 10 raised to power n. This is how you write. This is what is called standard form. A must be between 1 and 10. A here must be between 1 and 10. Okay, and n must be an integer. N must be an integer. Give me a minute, guys. Okay, so like I said, a must be between 1 and 10, and n must be an integer. See examples of numbers written in standard form. 3 times 10 raised to power 3. This is written in standard form. 3 is between 1 and 10, right? And this n here, this power here, is an integer. So it will be wrong for you to write number in standard form and you are having something like this, 35.7 times 10 raised to power 4. This is wrong because this is not between 1 and 10. It's more than 10. All right. So if you want to write numbers in standard form, make sure it is between 1 and 10 and make sure the exponent, the power here, is an integer. It doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. It just has to be an integer. Okay. So if you want to write this, it's better to do 3.57 times 10 raised to power 5 rather than writing it like this. All right, we'll be looking at more examples, but I just wanted to quickly tell you how numbers should be written in standard form. Let me give you another example. So let's say you have 1.25 times 10 raised to power minus 7. Yes, this is standard form because 1.25 is between 1 and 10. Please, if you have questions, ask me. Yes, let's go. If you have any questions, please ask. It has to be between 1 and 10. 1.25 is not 125. It is 1. That's 1.25. So it's just somewhere between 1 and 2. But it's leaning towards 1 more than 2. Okay? It's just half of. No, not half of. Never mind. Let's just move on. So I already told you how to write numbers in standard. No, not how to. How it should be written. How numbers should be written in standard form. Okay, so I think we can look at some examples now. Okay, let's look at some examples. So here, A must be between 1 and 10, and this I'm going to write it. A must be less than 10, but from 1 to 10, between 1 and 10, and n is an integer. Okay, n is an integer, whether negative or positive. I hope you're all good, guys. I hope we're all making progress. Any questions, please? If you have any questions, ask, drop it in the chat, and I will respond to you. Please, if you have not liked this live stream, kindly do so, guys. Kindly do so. Type 1 in the chat if you want me to move on, guys. If you want me to move on, type 1 in the chat. Okay, I think we can look at some examples now. Number 1, we want to write 1.2 times 10 raised to power 5. They want to write this number as an ordinary number. Okay, you know what? Let's just start first by converting it to an ordinary number before we now talk about how to write it in standard form. So 1.2 times 10 raised to power 5 as an ordinary number. Okay, I'll show you how to do this quickly and easily, guys. Okay, so see this, guys. 1.2 times 10 raised to the power 5. How do you write this as an ordinary number? This power of 10 raised to the power 5 can be written like this. So solution to this, you can write this like this. 1.2 times, how many zeros will be here? So this is 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10, which is what? 100,000. Okay, so if you are multiplying by a power of 10, like as you have here, this decimal point will be moved to the right. The number of power you have, this is raised to power 5, so you must move the decimal point to the right 5 times. That's how it works. You must move the decimal point to the right 5 times. Okay, so this is how I'm going to do it. 1.2. If you are multiplying this by this, you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, you don't have to do all of this. It's just because I am introducing this topic. That's why I just want to take it from the basics, all right, from the very beginning. So you just populate these empty spaces with zeros, and then you have what? 1. There's no more decimal point. It's now at the end here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. In standard form. I hope this makes sense. I have written this number in as an ordinary number. So it was in standard form, but I had to write it as an ordinary number. So I've just told you how to multiply a number by a power of 10. So in this case, we multiply 1.2 by 10 raised to the power of 5. Any question, guys? If you have any question, please drop it in the comments. Let's move on. Delight Music, hi to you too. Okay, I think We can now look at some other examples. So that's for that, guys. Okay, let's look at another example. This is number 2. So 48.9 times 10 raised to the power 3. So let's want to write this number. It's not in standard form, guys. I hope you know that. Okay, let me go ask. I hope somebody will be able to answer this. Why is this number not in standard form? Why can't we say, oh, this is not actually in standard form? Why? From what I've said so far, why can we say, oh no, this number is not in standard form? Even though it has the form, it has the look as if it's in standard form, but in reality, it is not in standard form. Who wants to tell us why can we say this number is not in? I'm looking at the chart. Is anybody who can say that? Okay, since nobody's saying anything, let me just quickly tell you. The reason why this is not in standard form, because this number right here is more than 10. And I said it has to be between 1 and 10. This right here is 48, so it's not in standard form. But we want to write it as an ordinary number. So we want to do this as an ordinary number. Okay, so let's do this, guys. So this will be equal to what? This is point here. Raised to the power 3, it means shift the decimal point to the right 3 times. So we are going to have it shifted like this. So you have, see, from here you do 1, 2, 3. There are 2 empty spaces. Put zeros there. So this is what? 48900. All right. Let's look at one more example where you have a positive integer like this. 25.97 times 10 raised to the power 5. Yeah, how do we write this number in stand? So why do I keep saying this? How do we write this number as an ordinary number? How do we do that? So this is raised to the power 5, right? It tells us, or what we should do here is to shift this decimal point to the right 5 times. So 25.97, you shift it to the right 5 times. Let's go, guys, let's go. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to show you how to do this from your head without doing all of this this dramatical stuff you have here. So this is 2597000000. So what you have here is this number written as an ordinary number. And let's even write this in, let's even say this in what? 1, 2, 3, put a comma here, 1, 2, 3. This is 2,597,000. Yeah, 597,000. Okay, so this is it, this is it, this is it. Let's move on, guys. Let's move on. So number 4, let's look at, yeah, there's something that came to my mind now. Okay, 1.45 times 10 to the power minus 3. Now, this is a number written in standard form, okay? But we want to write it as an ordinary number. We want to write this number as an ordinary number. Is anybody going to be gracious enough to give us the answer in the chat? 1.45 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3. Anybody? If you can do it, drop your answer in the chat. If you can do it, drop your answer in the chat. If you can do it, drop your answer in the chat, guys. Anybody? Anybody? Drop your answer in the chat. Drop your answer in the chat. Nobody? Okay, so let me now, if you check, this is different from what we have looked at so far. What you have here is negative 3. So if you are multiplying 1.45 by 10 raised to the power negative 3, this decimal point will have to go to the left, not to the right, because this is a negative power, a negative number as the power. So we're going to shift it to the left. How many times? 3 times. So we go, let me just write it, 1.45. So we go to the left 3 times. Let's go, guys. From here, we do 1, 2, 3. So you, this empty spaces, put zeros here. So you have 0, 0, 1, 4, 5. We can put our decimal point here because we shifted it from here to this point. So you have it here. So either you say 0.00145 or 0.00145. So this is in ordinary form, while this is what in standard form. I hope this makes sense, guys. So this is what we have. This is what we have. Number written in as an ordinary number. Okay. Now, like I said I was going to show you how to do this without all these curves you have all over the place. Let's come here and I'll just in one line give you the answer to number 2 and the rest of them. So see, this is raised by what? 3. And I told you if you have a positive index here, this decimal point has to go to the right 3 times. So the question is, how many times, if this decimal point comes here 1 time, you will take 1 from 3, it will push you to the right 1 time here. So you have 489, but there will be a power of 2 here because you have taken 1 from 3 and you have shifted it to the right 1 time. So your answer will just become 489. Now you have 2 more zeros here. So that's it. So you see what I've done? 1 from here, we shift it to the right 1 time. So you have 489. But you have 2 left. So you do 0, 0. I didn't have to do all of this. Let's come to number 3 and I'll show you the same thing too. So for number 3, ask yourself this question. This is 5, by the way, so we're going to the right. This decimal point, how many times will I push it out of this number, by the way? 2 times 1, 2. You will take 2 from here, that will shift it to the right 2 times. All right, so you have 2597. We took 2 from here, so we have 3 left. Just put 3 zeros. There you go. That's it. Okay. Now let's look at this number 4. Please, if you have somebody who will benefit from this lesson, share this video to them. Share this live stream to your friends, your families, even your enemies. 1.45 times 10 raised to the power of negative 3. Now we are going to the left, not to the right. Okay, to the left. So if I push it, let me just rewrite it again. 1.45. I will push this to this point 1 time, right? So I am taking 1 from 3 because it has gone to the left. So you have 2 left now. 2 more movement to the left. So you have 145. Just put 2 zeros because if you push this to the right, you have taken 1 from here. So you have 2 more movement. 0, 0. And you put your point here. And then 0. This is it, guys. So you see what I've just done? I didn't have to. You can do this mentally, by the way. Yes, you can do this mentally. And then you